Good morning and welcome back to Altenstein. It's not a very sunny morning today, quite overcast, but not to worry, we left the cab on the Ferguson 20B just in case it rains, although the forecast is sunny. Grandpa is over here, he's just oiling the drive cogs on the old Hassia Cedar. Has to be done regularly, keep it in tip-top condition. Right, we have much to do. We've been out already early this morning, we started tidying up the bales. We have cut and loaded and sold 10 trees. We did a couple of jobs for Simon and we had a little bit of a chat with him. He's got one field left. We've done a couple of jobs there. We're now at maximum affinity. And we're going to try and buy that last field off him today if we can. We'd also like to get our hands on his tractor. So we're just going to have a look at where we are with the prices here. Now if you look soy, we've got a very nice price. Barley, we have a very nice price, 365. So we've got a lot of that in storage. We're going to go and sell that right now. That's going to be our first little job of the day. So I'm going to get loaded up and we'll head it up to Denton Bakery. Crikey, from up here it looks like we might work for Umbrella. Anyway, we don't, do we? We're all loaded up and ready to go. We have leased ourselves a 20,000 litre trailer for the day for $600. We just got to remember never to have it hitched if we don't need it, and then the hour won't tick by. Can't really see him now. We've also got a trailer, 6,000 litres of corn, which we're going to go and sell under Lintner, just over at Gomez Ridge Acres. But let's head into town. And it looks like we've got nice rubber pads on the tracks on this Massey 200, so we'll be fine on the road. Helper C has completed their task. That's the Deutz doing some harrowing up on the pastures. The harvester is actually ready to go. Since we started this video, all of our farm, the entire thing, apart from maybe field 4, let's have a check. The 600 dropped his front weight. Can we pick it up on the way past? Yes, we can. The harvester's right here, so let's get him harvesting as quickly as possible. We'll get in because he's less noisy. Start the engine. Off you go. The Massey 600 is actually sat down here waiting for our plan. There's Mr. Deutz, he's finished up here. I had half a tank of liquid fertilizer left, so I thought I'd just use it up here actually instead of the harrow, just to get going. Now last night we did make a bit of a discovery with the help of Grandpa yet again and his old equipment as to how to move this grass a bit more effectively. I did complain a lot in the last episode about the busher, its unloading issue down in the silo, and the 5 or 6 trips back and forth to unload. So yeah, we'll look at that later today. Maybe in the next episode. We'll see how we get on this morning because we have lots to do. So let's get back to our 200. Go to external view. We're going to go up to Denton Bakery, sell these, and then we'll make our purchases stroke leases for the day. Oh my word, what's going on around here? Quick. Oh, back in, go, 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 go. We should have put the forestry cage on. It's Halloween. Don't worry, they're Altenstein zombies. They are very friendly. And they love it when I waggle my chainsaw in their faces. Anyway, where were we? Let's get this stuff sold. This should be a nice little bit of money. I'm hoping for maybe about... Should we make a guess? We've got 25,900 now. Let's see if we can hit 50. That would be ideal. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to start doing a bit of stuff off camera in terms of making money because we do have to get a bit of a move on. I haven't actually had a count up yet of how much map we've got left to buy. But it's certainly going to need to be an ongoing process, and that's going to take some income. Right. Oh, we're just shy of the 50,000. Oh, we did well. We're fine. There's 2 main things we want to buy this morning. But with that harvester already unleashed, My top priority is to get these back to the farm. Never seen Altenstein quite so murky. It's either sunny or it rains. But there you go. You can see actually. Seriously, don't worry about the zombies. They really won't hurt me. If you come around the back here, some of the textures. I know there's no real reason to even go behind here. And this really isn't a complaint, because this is so out of the way. Look at that. There's actually a glass wall, the edge of the map right here. But it doesn't matter, but it's just, I'm just showing you. Full disclosure and all that, but this map is wonderful. Jump over that bush. Where did we go? Da-da. They're just going around here all day. It's not a really fun life, is it? Oh, sorry, traffic. Make the turn here. I think we can. Gonna do it though. Oh no, we've hit the traffic. Go on, traffic, go. He can't go till we go over this way. Oh, now you've wedged us in. Come on, drag it. We're moving. You can just switch the traffic off if it gets too much there. Sometimes it just does. They will crush you in their vice-like grip. Right. Harvester's doing very well. We're going to drop one trailer off right there for him. And we'll take the least one, the blue one, up here. We're going to need this for the sugar beet. We have a lot of sugar beet. Our new field is actually quite immense. So, we need some equipment. Drop the trailer so we're not paying for it. We need the equipment to do so, so we need to go back to the shop for that. That's what the Mass is waiting there for. Deutz, we'll get back to you shortly. Right, here we are, down at the shop. We need to buy lease beet harvesting equipment. That's our top priority for the day. Now, $1,360. This will take the foliage off the top, which has to be done before you can use the harvester. The advantage with that potato harvester we used a couple of days ago, or a couple of episodes ago, was that it did it all in one. But this is a two-step process. Now, this one we will lease, that's $7,000, so it's quite an outlay for the day. But we shall make the money back, I'm quite sure. Now, in an ideal world, we'd have some form of twin hitch, sort of front and back hitch tractor. You could put this on the front, this on the back, and kind of do it all in one go. The capacity of this is very small, you have to empty it a lot. That's why I've got the extra trailer to save time on that, and then save the least time on these. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll be well within the hour. Now we're going to have to do it as a two-step process because we have no tractor that has a front hitch. But we also today need a more powerful tractor. The harvester over there needs 135 horsepower. 134. We have nothing anywhere near that, so we do need some more oomph. We've spoken to Simon. We have to do this officially just for the registration, you know, all that kind of thing through the shop. Transfer of ownership and all that malarkey. All the way down here. The Fiat Agri 18090. That's the one we're after. 180 horsepower. That's the Fiat Agri crawler, which I did think of replacing the initial crawler that we had with. That's the one that slips and slides, especially on the hills. So that's why we're not getting him. Anyway, right, this one. We want the front loader attacher. The short and long pre-filter is simply the attachment on the bonnet. I'll show you when we've got it. Wheel setup. Do we want wide tyres, twin rear wheels, narrow, standards? We'll go for standard. This part I haven't really seen what the difference is apart from the forestry version, which we don't need. I don't know what hydraulic pistons or lifting arms are, so we won't worry about that. And then we can have the fixed tow bar or the trainer extender, which is really a cosmetic thing, has no operational difference, so we won't bother with that either. Keep the costs down. We've bought ourselves a big tractor, and let's have a look at it. Now, we discussed this with Grandpa. It's big. It's a little bit bigger than anything else we've got on the farm at the moment. The interior is Spartan, the way we like it. There is no radio, air vents. Grandpa came and checked, don't you worry. We actually have a little walk around. Yeah, the optional hitch is just, rather than the trailer hitch down there in the centre, there's one on a bar across here. And the long front pipe is this part here, would be up here on an extension. This does take a front weight, which we are going to get it. That's an optional part. And it can, I believe, front hitch trailers if you haven't got the front weight on, but I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe we'll try that at some stage. That's not this guy's job. This guy's job is to get around the farm now doing absolutely any job that he is called upon to do. And his first one is going to be to take this harvester back up to the farm. And once we're up there and we're ready, we shall have a closer look at the Beet harvesting equipment. Actually, before we go, the Massey 200 has been the biggest tractor on the farm up until this point. But there's a contender. I don't know, there's not much in it. It looks chunkier, it's wider. And the cab gives it much more presence, I guess. But let's get this up to the farm. And it clearly has a lot more acceleration. That wasn't very thoughtful, was it? At the moment, we can deal with that. Let's test his off-road capabilities instantaneously. Yes, we can. Let's see what the harvester's up to, actually. I did see a couple of alerts pop up, but they look like work had finished. Let's try not to bash this up too quickly on the first day. Is it full or is it just done odd? It's just done odd. What we'll do, we'll get out here. Give him a quick empty. Safe to go to the external view because the engine's switched off. Now, it's not too noisy just with the engine running. It's when it's actually freshing. Harvesting, freshing, is that the right word? Yeah, that's when it's a little bit much, isn't it? It's this end again, the fence. Did make it all the way up there this time, that was good. And then I think the tree, I don't know, something goes on around this side as well. But some mysteries may never be solved. I know on a PC you can get a mod to make things empty quicker. You can do just about anything on PC. Oh no, we actually glitched that into the trailer. Oh, we're free. Just get this guy set again. Jump straight back out. Yeah, on PC you can just use console commands to do pretty much anything you do. You can move stuff around, you can give yourself money, give yourself animals, mess about with all the parameters. Right, I hope that hasn't deafened you too badly. Off we go, that's it, promise. Right, this guy here, just going to lower his ramps, back up a little. I hope he doesn't feel too intimidated by the arrival of the Fiat Agri. 29.1 hours we've put on this piece of machinery so far. And there's going to be a few more yet, I can assure you of that. Because I think the Fiat Agri is going to be quite busy on the fields, especially as things go forward. So this is still likely to be our go-to tractor, but we'll see. Right, we'll just leave that there. And we've one more piece of equipment that we can now also employ. So we'll just get that while we're here. And that in the cultivator section is part of the Massey Ferguson farming old time pack. Yet again, it's a 5-meter cultivator. Now the 600 or the 200, we're going to buy this. We haven't sold the corn yet, it's okay. The 200 or the 600 could in theory use this, but they haven't been available to use it, if you see what I mean. Because since we've had the 200, he's been planting. The 600 has been odd jobbing. Now we have to fear Agri, an extra vehicle of sufficient power. We can start using that, and that is going to save us, well, 2/3 of the time, I guess, mathematically. In theory, is that correct? Yeah, I think so. Now we're going to drive back very carefully with these. He says crashing into it because the low loader does not lock. I've heard some more 19 gossip that when you put vehicles on low loaders, well, I only said vehicles, that they would be a bit much more stable, because even if you get a combine on here, the wheels won't quite lock on, fit on. See, now this traffic has absolutely nothing to do with me. Well, actually, yeah, this is from when I was here, but they haven't figured it out. They can't figure it out. They're not equipped to. They will despawn eventually. This is almost like a little agility test for me, look. Oh, I'm really not putting much thought into this. I'm just going to tidy this mess up off camera, and when I'm a little bit more organised and the traffic is abated, we shall... Okay, here we are. We're all organised and ready to go and not going to fall off the trailer. This piece of equipment, as I said, it removes the foliage for potato, from the sugar beet. You do have a similar piece of equipment for potato harvesting as well. You need about 75 horsepower to use this piece of machinery. We shall lower and turn on the defoliator, get this guy going, and he's going to have quite an easy time of it actually. And the worker's going to do that job for us. We'll jump out and leave him to it. Just for comparison, look. That's Grandad. He shrunk. Right. This is going to be a bit slower. Right, this piece of machinery here. Don't need to unfold anything. We simply need to lower. Turn on. Have a look in there. It's got kind of paddles that are going to pick them up. Get them up onto the conveyor. Not quite sure what these little bits here do. Anyway. No, we really should wait for that guy to get away. He's going to cause our own traffic jam. Right, that'll do. Let's wait out here. Out of the way. Once he's turned around and start going back, then we'll be fine. In fact, we can take the Lidner down to the bottom field, let him go a little bit further ahead. Is he blocked by another object? Not too worried, just leave this guy down here. We did have the Deutz fertilizing, but again he has an issue or two here. Is he still here somewhere? Oh, he's blocked by an object. There you go. So that field's about all done. The fertilizer, the fertilizing's nearly all done. The harvester can get on. You're far enough ahead now. Right, let's unleash the beast. Still running. Now this will fill up very quickly. I think we can hire a worker to do this. take that option and see how we get on. I don't think the worker's going to like turning around at the end of here anyway. But this holds about, I think, 7,000. We'll see when it's full up. But a pipe comes out on this side, the opposite side to like the combine harvesters, which can catch you out. But luckily, I reckon we're going to be full before we get back down this road, the next road. And these bushes can be quite solid. On Sosnovka you can drive through nearly all of the scenery. On this map you cannot. That junction where the traffic gets really tangled up. There's a bollard there that has, you know, that is solid. That just makes it even worse. You can't get around them. Alright, here we go. Oh, sorry for that little jump there. The old Gatto still gets a little bit scatty, and I try to err on the side of caution. As soon as I see any kind of glitch in the picture, I just stop that recording. Oh, there we go, look, we're full already. So we'll just, you know what we could do? How practical is it just to drive over here? Empty ourselves. 6,000. There's going to be quite a lot here, aren't there? Luckily again, the silo on this farm can take sugar beet. Unlike Sosnovka, Goldcrest Valley and some other mod maps where you cannot. And they're not easy things to handle logistically. Conveyor belts can be quite practical. You can also get a machine. It's quite expensive. I need to turn that help window back on, don't I? I may have done a screenshot at some stage. Turn on. We'll leave the pipe out, just so I remember where it is. Are we picking up? Yes, we are. Yeah, there is a very expensive machine we'll have a look at later on that well, goes on the end of the conveyor belt system and packages them up. Turn the machine off here when you're turning. It's much easier. Yeah, you end up with pallets of beets, and you need to then use a front loader or a telehandler or something to load those up and take them to the sell point on the pallet. Which, to be honest, I guess is one way of doing it. It'd be fun. Maybe on multiplayer, just have one guy producing the pallets. You know, guys moving them about. So we switched system slightly here. So I'm letting the worker get on with the harvesting. I'm going to tend him, keep him running as best I can. But we do have more than him going on, and that letting the worker do that just gives me time to manage the students as they get on with their jobs over here. Hope none of them are watching me now. As I just said, it's really hard to tell which bits of scenery you can maybe get away with tangling with quite literally, and which ones are best left avoided. Right, the harvester is finished with the sunflowers apart from this row here. Even worth getting. The Deutsch has run out of fertilizer there, which is perfect. So if I just leave this guy here, and we shall grab the scraps of sunflowers on the way back. Little there is. All counts, I guess. Okay, we have a little problem. I'm sure I put sugar beet in here before, guys. We certainly put potatoes in here, so not taking sugar beet is a little bit of an odd one. We need to get on with the harvesting. So for now, we'll find a place to dump these out. I can only really think of one place, and that's the shed up by the biogas plant. So we'll head up there. In fact, if we're going to have to tip anyway, let's leave that trailer there for a moment. And go and empty this one, shall we? Just really to keep the time on the trailer down. That's all that's about. So for now, work is suspended, although the cultivator is cultivating the next field over, and the one at the bottom is being seeded with corn by the hats and the 2-row planter. So work is continuing really good. Continuing nicely, probably a better way of putting it. I think the silage should almost be fermented. Right, this isn't going to be necessarily pretty. Can I change? I can't change my dump side either, can I? I've got a dump to the right. Hope none goes through the floor. I hope I can get out. Oh well, we can use the digger to tidy up here. Come on, you can make it. Let's put the trailer down. What a palaver. If I had known we were going to have to do this, I'd have got a trailer we could just back into here and tip out of the back. Because this is going to be a little bit troublesome. There we go. Can we drag him back round? Yes, we can. Straight back over here. May as well empty this guy before he goes on his way. On the wrong side, aren't we? See, I need it to catch me out. Oh, and put the arm up first. Right, and basically the conveyor belt system then empties out this kind of small storage area into our awaiting trailer. And jump back in here, get him started up, get him back on his way. But he does need a lot of attention. That's all I can really say about him. So here we are back with the mighty Fiat Agri. The beet harvest is all but done. We're just going to tidy up the last bits down at the end of this field, which we cut off because the tractor did take a dip and nearly fall in the river earlier on, which is no good to anybody really, is it? So we're just going to tidy up those little bits. Putting the help screen back on so I can remember how. You know me. So I think altogether we've got about 90,000, or will have about 95-ish thousand litres of sugar beet stashed up in that shed. Now I'm thinking about the best way of moving those around and selling them. It's nice to try something new. It's going to cost us about $1,500 to rent the machine to package these up into pallets and then sell them in pallets. So we may well actually try that, because Farm Sim 19 is nearly out and I've never done that, so I might be my last opportunity. So let's give that a go, shall we? So we're just going to clean up the scraps here. We're very short of money right now. We're minus $7,500 almost there. That's where the wages, etc., and the fertilizer have been paid, taking us into the overdraft. But the silage is very close to being complete, so I think we're going to take a lunch break here right now and get back to you in the next episode when we'll figure those things out. Also, we're going to show you the ingenious method we came up with for getting the grass to the silo more efficiently. All Grandad's idea, and again using the equipment from his collection of old time stuff. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave us a like if you have, please, or if this has been useful, entertaining in any way whatsoever. I hope you can tell I'm feeling a bit more lively now after my cold. Subscribe if you'd like to stay in touch. Apparently it's very important that you click that notification bell so that you get informed when we make a new video. And for now, goodbye.